ghost stories and urban legends.
Scariest urban legends to share.
Urban legends are eerie tales that often blur the line between fact and fiction. These stories typically spread through word of mouth, gaining popularity because they evoke fear, suspense, and curiosity. Many urban legends are rooted in a cultural or regional context, though they often share common themes of danger, the unknown, and the supernatural. During Halloween, sharing these frightening stories becomes a tradition that adds to the spooky atmosphere of the holiday. Below are some of the scariest and most famous urban legends from around the world, along with examples that have left lasting impressions.
The Hookman.
One of the most iconic urban legends, the Hookman, is a chilling tale of a young couple who narrowly escape a terrifying encounter with a deranged killer. This story is particularly popular among teenagers and is often told as a cautionary tale. The legend: a young couple drives to a secluded spot often called Lover's Lane to spend time together. While they sit in the car, they hear a news report on the radio warning of an escaped murderer in the area. The killer is described as having a hook for a hand. The girl becomes frightened and asks her boyfriend to leave, but he brushes off her fears. After some time, they hear strange noises outside the car. The boyfriend finally agrees to leave, but when they arrive home, they find a hook hanging from the car door handle. Origins: this urban legend has existed since the 1950s in the U.S. and reflects societal fears about teenage freedom and dating culture. It serves as a warning to young people about the dangers of being in isolated or unfamiliar places, especially at night.
Bloody Mary.
The legend of Bloody Mary is a classic urban myth told at sleepovers and around campfires. It revolves around a vengeful spirit that is summoned by saying her name multiple times while looking into a mirror. The legend: according to the legend, if you stand in front of a mirror in a dark room and chant Bloody Mary 3 times, her ghost will appear. Some versions of the story claim that Bloody Mary will scratch your face, while others say she will drag you into the mirror, causing you to disappear forever. The identity of Bloody Mary varies in different tellings. Sometimes she is the ghost of a murdered woman, a witch, or even a queen seeking revenge. Origins: the legend may have roots in ancient mirror superstitions, where mirrors were thought to be portals to the spirit world. The name Bloody Mary is often associated with historical figures like Queen Mary I of England, known for her violent reign, though this connection is speculative.
The Vanishing Hitchhiker.
This ghostly tale has been told in various forms worldwide, and it usually involves a mysterious hitchhiker who vanishes under strange circumstances, leaving the driver in shock. The legend: a driver picks up a hitchhiker, typically a young woman, late at night on a deserted road. The hitchhiker is quiet and offers little information about herself. After a while, the driver notices that she has disappeared from the back seat, usually right before they reach the destination. In some versions, the driver later learns that the hitchhiker was the ghost of a woman who died in a car accident on that very road years earlier. The driver might even find a personal belonging left behind, like a jacket or scarf. Origins: the Vanishing Hitchhiker legend has been told in many cultures, dating back to the early 20th century. Its widespread popularity is likely due to the fact that hitchhiking was once a common practice, and the story plays on the fear of trusting strangers, especially in isolated or rural areas.
The Babysitter and the Man Upstairs.
This terrifying urban legend has become a staple of horror films and short stories, playing on the vulnerability of babysitters alone in a stranger's house. The legend: a teenage girl is babysitting for a family one evening. After the children are put to bed, she starts receiving unsettling phone calls from a stranger who asks, "Have you checked the children?" The calls become more frequent and more threatening. When the girl finally calls the police, they trace the call and tell her it's coming from inside the house. The babysitter rushes to get the children, only to discover that the intruder has been upstairs the whole time, sometimes with deadly consequences. Origins. This legend likely originated in the 1960s and was further popularized by horror films like When a Stranger Calls 1979. It taps into the fear of being watched or threatened while in what should be a safe environment, particularly for young women left in charge of children.
The Licked Hand, the Dog Story.
This creepy story involves a young girl who relies on her dog for comfort, only to realize the real danger is much closer than she thought. The legend: a young girl is home alone one night with only her faithful dog for company. Before going to bed, she hears reports of a serial killer on the loose in her area. Nervous, she goes to bed but leaves her hand hanging off the side of the bed, where her dog licks it to comfort her. In the middle of the night, she hears strange noises, but reassures herself that her dog is nearby, licking her hand. The next morning, she wakes to find her dog dead, and written on the wall in blood is the message: "Humans can lick too." Origins. This chilling urban legend is widely told across different cultures and often serves as a reminder to never let your guard down, even in your own home. The shock of discovering that the girl was unknowingly in contact with a killer the whole night adds a terrifying twist to the story.
The Legend of La Llorona, the Weeping Woman.
One of the most famous urban legends from Latin America, La Llorona is a ghostly figure who is said to wander near bodies of water, crying for her lost children. The legend: La Llorona is the spirit of a woman who, in a fit of rage or madness, drowned her children in a river. After realizing what she had done, she drowned herself as well. Condemned to an eternity of sorrow, La Llorona now wanders the earth, especially near rivers and lakes, crying out for her children. Legend has it that if you hear her cries, she may mistake you for one of her children and try to take you to the water to drown you. Origins. This legend has deep roots in Mexican folklore and has spread throughout Latin America. It is often told to children as a warning not to stray too close to water at night. The story of La Llorona has inspired countless adaptations in film, literature, and art. In conclusion, urban legends like these persist because they play on universal fears: fear of the unknown, fear of danger lurking in everyday places, and fear of things that go bump in the night. Whether it's a ghostly hitchhiker, a killer hiding in the shadows, or a weeping woman searching for her lost children, these stories continue to terrify and fascinate, especially when shared in the eerie glow of Halloween.